Guys, what is going on? IkeGuitar here, coming at you with another guitar video. Today I'm talking about dream guitars, and in fact guitars that feel so good in your hands you just can't explain it. There's just something about it, okay? Can certain guitars feel magical compared to maybe the same model or the same style of guitar and a similar build quality? Now, I am really not a guy who typically buys guitars because they feel or like I feel something for them, right? It's mainly more of a pragmatic approach. I need certain tools for what I play around town. I have certain things that I want in certain guitars, and not every guitar I buy is going to have similar specs or, you know, pickups or whatever else. I kind of need it for what I need it for. So for me, the idea of like I found a guitar somewhere and thought it was just magical, for a long time I believed that it really wasn't a thing. Like I thought it was just something that happened every once in a while that you could explain away with some mere rational thinking and whatnot. I'm here to tell you, I've been convinced wrong. And this guitar is the reason why. This is a 2005 Les Paul Standard, this iced tea burst style with an incredible set of Gibson Deluxe tuners in the 50s style, as well as, you know, modern appointments you'd find in an early 2000s Les Paul. You've got burst buckers, you've got, you know, this interesting 60s feeling neck along with the rest of these 50s appointments, and you've got a flame maple top. Now the flame isn't totally amazing, but to me, I'm not super picky on flame maple, to be honest with you. But this guitar just feels magical to me for some odd reason. The guitar really gives off a vibe of I really want to be played, and I haven't played for a long time. I say that because you can see in the headstock, first of all, that the Gibson logo is kind of jacked up a little bit, a little messed up. And it might be hard to see on the neck here, but if you look at the neck, there you can see some parallel checking along with the sides of the guitar here, and you can't really tell, but you can definitely see it. Tons of little marks and nicks and gashes, and of course this back has been like rubbed completely raw. It might be hard to see with the camera here, but if you took a guitar like this into a smoke-filled studio, it would feel right at home. This guitar is a workhorse, has been played for a long time, and it's definitely been beat up. Guitar feels so amazing? Well, probably for a number of reasons. One, the guitar's really been broken in. I think guitars do typically tend to age and settle with time, kind of like a baseball mitt. Acoustics more, but electrics for sure can have that same effect. And the guitar, because it's so scratched up, I don't feel a need to hold back or baby it. And I think part of that is because I grew up with I didn't grow up with a lot of new things, like new guitars and stuff. And so when you get a pristine instrument, my tendency is to hang it on the wall, let it sit pretty and nice. If I have a guitar that's already been beat in, you know, a little crusty, got some specks of rust, and maybe it's even got some nicks in the, you know, hard shell case or whatever else, I'm more than likely to play the guitar out the wazoo and just enjoy it for what it is. And that's why a majority of my customs have that kind of aging on it, because I want to be, you know, able to play it and not feel like, you know, I'm gonna mess it up if I dirty it or take it on the road with me. Now, as far as sound and feel, the guitar sounds and feels like a Les Paul generally. I think that 60s neck is more inclined to fast guitar playing. I really do enjoy that neck, and although it's got that gloss finish on it, I find that it still retains a little bit of stickiness from the gloss. I'm not really a big fan of that, but if I wipe it down with some Gibson pump and polish, it's so smooth. It's butter. And the guitar is like incredible. I've never been like a big Les Paul guy. You know, I've always been like more of a Strat guy with like maybe some humbuckers in it. I've gotten some Les Pauls in the past, and the Les Pauls I found were Epiphones, or they were lower end Gibsons. They were just they went out of tune. They kind of felt like they sounded stale. But I also understood that sometimes when you play a Les Paul, it changes the way you use overdrive, changes the way you use certain sounds, and the way you get Les Paul sounds a little bit different in theory compared to like maybe more traditional single coil style guitar. So that was probably the reason why too. But this guitar like breathed new life into the LP market for me. I love this guitar. I got it in a trade. You know, I was trading guitars up and down at Tennessee for a long time. And I started with like a Telecaster, and this guitar kind of came into my life, and I'm like, wow, like this guitar feels really good. And I don't think I would get a lot for it. You know, I think maybe in like the 2000s, maybe 1900, because the guitar is so beat up, but it's so magical and great feeling. Why wouldn't I want to keep it? So all that to say, the magical guitar, is it a myth or a legend, or is it actually a reality? I would argue for the right person, yes, it can be a magical thing. But for most of us, especially me, I typically find that my guitars aren't anything out of the ordinary except for this Les Paul. So the guitars are out there that really just hit you just right and really make you want to play the crap out of it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video on my magical dream guitar that feels just so right. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. Do you have a perfect guitar that you've found? You just will not let go? And if so, let me know down in the comments below. Want to know what you guys really look for in a magical instrument. The guitar just plays just right. The minute you picked it up, you're like, this guitar is the one for me. Let me know down below in the comments. And of course, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you next time on IkeGuitar.